Hello, 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 Capricorns. Welcome, welcome. Caught me getting a little bit cold water. It is hot. I don't know where you guys are, but it is really hot here in Oregon. And hot to us is probably nothing to some of you. So we get in the 80s in the summer, and some of us have air conditioning and some of us do not. So part of my house is air conditioned. This room is not. Anyway, welcome. I appreciate you guys showing up and checking my website out. Thank you for, if you've switched over, if you notice on the bottom here, I actually goofed. I'm a boomer. I started out a page under the wrong way, and so I had to rebuild it, and now we're over here. So if you're on the other page, please switch over, or if you just subscribe here, I'll be deleting that other page after August 15th. So just subscribe here. That would be great. Or even share with your friends if you know that they've subscribed, because I have people that I notice are from all over the world. So I appreciate you guys, and I hope you're enjoying the channel. Now, some news, also good news too. Starting actually this week, I'm doing my sessions all live, and then they'll be recorded and you can watch later. But as they're live, I will take questions at the end of the reading, maybe 1, 2, 3, just depending on how their readings go and how involved they get. These last couple ones, they were really involved. So they got to be a little bit long for Taurus and Virgo. But I am going to be taking questions. So that's one new thing. And then two, the spiritual growth videos that you'll see on there, those are going to be all transferred from my Get Balanced 2020 to here, because I like educating and teaching people about the things that they might want to learn more about, spirituality or spiritual or awakenings and empath and all those kind of things a lot of people don't talk about. So those are going to be all transferred on my uploads. If you subscribe, then you'll be able to see them. Now, if you subscribe and you hit the bell, then my understanding is that you'll get notifications and alerts of when I'm coming on live or when there's new videos that I've posted also. So I would love for you guys to stay informed and involved. So let's get started, Capricorns. How are you guys going to be doing for the week of the 27th through August 2nd? Can you believe it? We're already in August. So I'm going to pull an oracle, or maybe 2 or 3, depending on the divine. And oh, by the way, if you're new, you might not understand how I do my readings. So there is an on my About page video. How do I do that? So I don't want to go into it and take too much time. But I do think it's important so you know how I do them, because I don't do them like everybody else. Everything comes from the divine, and messages I hear, I feel vibrations, audio, and all that kind of stuff. In fact, last night I got an audio that was a little disturbing. Coming out of the shower, and I heard something, and I was like, where did that come from? That was a very low vibration, or was somebody calling for help? I wasn't sure. So we'll find out, because it'll repeat and repeat and repeat if it's something that the divine wants me to do or do something for. So let's see, Capricorn, what we have for the week of July 27th to August 2nd. What is the focus that you would like, divine, for the Capricorns to focus on for that week? I would appreciate anything that you could share with me, whether it's something for their future, what they're going through now, how I can help them in that, or what they can actually focus on. I would appreciate that at this time. I will forewarn you, I don't know what's been going on though, but the energies have been so crazy that maybe it's the comet. I've been trying to watch the comet every night. And the thing is that the cards have just been... I have to leave the screen sometimes because I got to go pick up a card across the room. Wishing well. Wishing well. What are you wishing for? Wishing well. So something's coming to fruition. So if you're from another country and you don't know about wishing well, so you drop a coin in and you make a wish and you hope that dream comes true. Well, something's coming out of that wishing well. And the reason why I know it's coming out is because things are following the main thing. So it is coming out. So something's coming into fruition for you. So what is that? Is there a dream, a goal? Is there a project? Is there a love? in your life? What is coming to fruition for you? So let's find out. Let's see what the divine has to say about this. In the last couple of signs, there was a lot of, being mindful and careful as far as your surroundings and awareness and things like that. The wishing well is actually a very light card. It's like, ooh, yes, finally it's happening kind of thing. And so let's see if we can get those vibrations here and go from there. I just did a vibration video. Ooh, that popped out and didn't even know. So Knight of Wands. So it is coming in to fruition. It is moving forward. Oh, thank you. There's a halt. All I heard, there's a halt. So it sort of stepped backwards for a second. So I'm not quite sure what that means. So maybe there's something that you need to get in more information on yet. Because he's facing the wrong way. But it doesn't mean anything. He's still moving forward. There's still something going on here. So let's find out. Communication too. There might be a message that needs to be told or some information that needs to be gathered. Oh, that's not good. Well, it is good, but it's not good. Okay, yeah. So something's going on that sort of has you in your wishing well. It is going to change your life, or it's going to change the circumstances. It's going to change whatever is going on, and that usually is a good thing. So the Tower has sure been popping up this week for not only you, but for a lot of people. So change is good, but I'm from the Portland, Oregon area, so we're going through a lot of changes here, but they're not bad. You can't look at the negative side of them. Just say, you have to look at if change is going to come, where's the positive I can find in that change? Does that make sense? So we can look at each other, each side. It's sort of like the sword cards, where you can look at the side of the truth, you can look at the side of the manipulator, you can look at the positive, you can look at the negative kind of thing. You can look at the high vibration, you can look at the low vibration, you can, it's how you perceive it. So a lot of people will perceive the Tower card as like, oh, I'm going to go through HE double toothpicks and back. And yeah, no, it's not. That's not it at all. That means that there is change coming. Something you need to recognize to make this happen, make the wishing well happen. Whatever it is that you're wishing for, dreaming for, desiring, that kind of thing. Whatever that is to come. Now, this might be just in the seed being planted. It might be happening. It may be in the process of getting your ducks in the row for this. But this is what the divine is having you work on, is the process of getting it done. Thank you. Yeah, you're losing a lot of sleep over something. So, and that would make sense, because if you're going through a change, we begin to get fearful of change, which we shouldn't. We should embrace change, because it's always going to happen whether we want it to or not. Nothing ever lasts forever, because we're not here forever. So there is something that is actually bothering you, and that's an earthly thing. So you're in actually an earthly place where you're thinking from your head. You're worried, you're fearful, you're confused, those kind of things. So what divine is wanting you to do is release that. Release it, because you need to release. But what I mean by that is to just surrender. Let the divine work it out for you. Let the divine handle it for you, because the divine already knows the outcome. And so that's where we want to actually make sure that we release that burden. Thank you, is what I heard is burden. This is a burden, and it's not meant to be a burden. So we have to get out of our head and get into our spirit and say, you know what? It's all going to be fine. It's all going to work out. This is happening for a reason, just like the COVID, just like Portland and all the stuff that's going on. Change is good. Change is forward movement, and we hope in the right direction. That all just depends on you. And that's what we talk about in Get Balanced 2020. If you look way down at the bottom, that's my other channel. We talk about that in mindset because we're the ones that actually create our own mess a lot of the times. And that's because of our perception. That's because of the way we're thinking, our thinking process. We create more of the problems in our life than actually circumstance or whatever, because it's by the choices and the decisions that we make. And if your choices and your decisions are a little bit dysfunctional or broken or not sure how to process properly in forward movement and positivity and in success, I mean, that's sort of like a millionaire's thought process, but you don't have to have money to be successful. That success could be several different things to several different people, right? So this is what we want to get out of, is get out of this mindset of in our heads and allowing spirit to work through. Oh, didn't even see that. Thank you. Okay, so this is upside down. The Seven of Wands usually is that you're standing for your grounds and you're holding it. So something is upside down. Is you're not. Okay, thank you. So you're fearful to stand up for yourself. You have to be strong in yourself. You have to have confidence in yourself. You have to believe in yourself, because this is how this happens. So sometimes there's going to be roadblocks. Thank you. Roadblocks in the way. There's going to be, which would be people. There could be financial situations that are in the way. It's just a timing thing. But you have to be able to stand up for yourself. And any naysayers or anything that come your way, you have to just say, you know what, this is my journey, not your journey. Thank you for the input. Appreciate it. Smile and just say, you know what, this is my journey. This isn't your journey. See you later, kind of thing. Really, in all reality, you sort of have to do that, because we want to be kind and nice and in loving, but we also want to make sure that we're on our path. Nobody's going to take our blinders off and distract us all over the place. We don't want that. We want to stay focused and to our calling, our purpose, and our goals, because that's what divine has set for us. And that's what spirit has set for us, because we're not here for ourselves. We're here for other people, but we're also here for a purpose. And you're like, well, what is that purpose? That's up to you and the divine. Whatever your passions, your desires. So if you're a young person and you say you have something that you've always wanted to do, and then you just can't get that out of your head, you can't get that out of your heart, you can't seem to shake it no matter what you do, then that is something that the divine has put in you to, and I'm getting goosebumps, the divine has put into you to actually go forth with it, because that's what you're created for. For example, I'm a horse person. I've always been a horse person since I was little. I tell my mom, can we get a pony and keep it in the closet? I promise to keep it clean. Well, little did I know back then, but I just knew I love horses. Little did I know that would take me in a journey. And sometimes I didn't have a horse, and sometimes I did. And when I lived in Japan, I didn't have a horse. But when I came back, I got into horses. Little did I know that the divine, even though he took me on different switchbacks to different things every now and then, he'd bring me back to horses, bring me back to horses. And little did I know he had a plan for me to actually own a horse company. I was a broke mom, had no money, and you probably heard this story before, but at the end of the day, he made the way, because that was my purpose and my calling for that time. I've been a leathersmith. I work on saddles, tack, but I also owned a retail store, and I also owned service store, and I had 40 locations that we picked up from. Bought a company from a lady that actually I was broke when she offered it to me, and I thought about it, and then I didn't want to do it because it had to do with sewing. I hated sewing, hated it, but lo and behold, what I found out was I didn't hate sewing at all. I hated small machines. I need big machines. I need big horses. I like big things. And that's what it was all about. he showed me that, yes, I want you to have this company. I want, we say bless or reward or harvest. I want to give this to you. But it wasn't just for me to stop there. This is not for you to stop there. This is for you to be a conduit to go forward with something, whatever that is for you. And the thing is, when I did that, I actually became the beauty shop of the horse industry. People would come to me for all kinds of resources and things like that. And the company was it was owned, the lady who started it, she started it in 95, and then she actually sold it to me in 2004, and then I kept it going till 2017, and I still do it. I still do my favorite clients on the side. I still do the blankets and everything and all that kind of stuff. So I still do it. So it's a lot of fun, but that was my purpose and my calling, to be able to, even though sometimes I didn't have a horse because of situations, it would end up that I was still connected. And that was just fine, because it wasn't about me. It was about helping others through the calling that I was set in. And that's what this is. So don't fret over it. This change is really coming, and it's coming good. It's a good coming, but also you've got to have confidence in yourself. Stand firm. Know what you're talking about. Educate yourself on what you're talking about, because it's coming. So we have the Page of Pentacles and the Sun. And this is actually, the Page of Pentacles in this one is actually for a messenger purpose, that it's actually coming. But the other thing is the Sun. The Sun is an innocent, creative, free spirit to do this. And that is what the Divine in Spirit is doing for you. This is great. This is really, really great. This is phenomenal. Actually, I don't know if there's another card they want me to see out of here. They said, no, not yet. I'm like, okay, I'm not quite sure. What is there that you want to show me out of this deck, please? Okay. So the Lover's card is actually a romantic card, bringing two people together, but it doesn't mean that it's romantic in that sense. It could also mean that the lovers could be business partners, could be friends, could be classmates, could be lovers. In the long run, we always would love to have that love. That's all everybody wants, in all reality, is to be loved, to be shown love, to love somebody else fully. That's all we want. But this could be the love. So there's probably somebody in the picture, another person in the picture, either supporting you, lifting you up through the process, whatever this dream is that you're asking for and you're getting. There's always going to be some unsureness when you're starting a new dream, or we have the King of Pentacles, another Pentacle card. Basically, the King of Pentacles, moving forwards, confidence, has some I was going to say a bad word, some GONADS. I was going to say some of that, but he actually has some, strength to stand up for himself, be able to have confidence in himself. And that's what we're working on here, is making sure that you have the confidence to move forward. You know what happens with confidence? Thank you. Is that we're just not educated enough, so we don't have the sureness. All I heard was sure-footed. You're not sure-footed. You're not standing planted strong. And that's because you don't have the information, is what I'm being told. You don't have the information, or you don't have the resources or the whereabouts how to go about do it. And I've been there. At first I was like, I'm going to be a business owner, and you know what? I don't have really a knowledge. My mother was an entrepreneur, but I was young when she got to be older. She didn't share all that in with me, and I was like, how do I do this? Now she's, gone on and she's doing her own thing, and she's passed on now, but I had to find all that out myself. But man, you guys got the internet right now. There isn't anything that you can't research and find out if it's actually factual information or not. It's amazing what you guys, even now, learning this YouTube stuff, as you can see, I goofed. I could Google it, and get all of my answers done. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is amazing. Okay, let me see if I can get one more card out here. If you want me to see that card again, please show it. Otherwise, I will keep going. They want me to show you all kinds of stuff. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles. We have, as we said. Then we also have. It's like this. You're fighting yourself. It's like you're going from, oh, I'm ready for it, and then I'm not ready for it, and then I'm ready for it, then I'm not ready for it, and then I'm ready for it, and I'm not ready for it. That's what this is showing me. Because here now we're ready for it. I want the 10 of Cups. I want this. This is my heart's desire. Cups are all about, the desire of your heart, of what you want. Also too, and this is actually a joyous card because there is celebration, there's love, there's family, there's together, there's, it all works out for the best, and 10 is completion, so it will happen. But here again, but look what happened. This will happen. Look what just showed up, upside right. Oh, we got 5 and 7. I thought that was 5 and 5. I apologize. So, but we still have the five of Wands, a little bit of fighting, a little bit of kerfuffle, some little, not sure, so maybe some ego in there. Oh, there's pride and ego in here, I hear. But the thing is, if you get this confidence back, and that's what you're fighting something spiritual versus your head. Head spiritual, thank you. Head spiritual. Because actually the star really just wants you to get in balance so that you can actually move forward with the dream or the thing that you're desiring, actually, and to move forward. And move forward with confidence. Move forward with everything there. So Capricorn, wow. Wow. Well, I would really like to know what your dreams and your purpose and stuff are. Yeah, see, you're keeping yourself bonded. You're your worst nightmare. You're keeping yourself bonded. With the 8 of Swords, you can't see anything. You can't move forward. This is sort of like the 2 of Swords, in a sense that you just want to keep bonded. You want to release yourself. Allow yourself to have the freedom. Allow yourself to have the freedom. Wow, this is a big spread. Is there anything else that you want me to share with Capricorns? All I heard is this is going to happen, and it's a good happening, whatever that is. That's between you and your divine, whoever that is. But yeah, definitely, it is going to happen. I'm really excited for you. Okay. Always. There's always going to be some naysayers. There's always going to be somebody who's going to try to hold you back. The chains, they're tied to each other, hold you back. You can't move forward. You want to stay stuck. But that's not going to happen here. This is not going to happen here because you're going to get your self-confidence back. It is going to take hard work. We're getting our ducks in a row here. Oops, wrong side. Ducks in a row. Okay, we do want to get our ducks in a row. Make sure that everything is going inside and coinciding with this dream. So I'm going to show you this really here, and you probably can't see it really clearly, but I just want you to see this just for a visual. Okay, so we've got the wishing well. You came out and we're going backwards a little bit, and that is due to your lack of confidence. And what's happening is for you to get this to come to full fruition and not end up being a pipe dream. Thank you. So what they're saying is if you stop here and you just You know, it's sort of like the person that's digging a tunnel. You're digging, 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 and another person over here is digging a tunnel. They're both digging tunnels, and they dig, 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 and then all of a sudden they're breaking through to the gold, but you're digging and you're like, screw it. And you're only this far away, but you wouldn't have known it because you didn't go through. You actually stopped. And this is what's happening, is look at all this, the beautiful stuff that is coming. This is all beautiful. And all this is saying is, whatever this is coming, you're your own worst enemy. You've got to have strength and confidence. Don't worry about it. Give the spirit. Just say, I'm just going to do this. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I'm going to do it. I'm going to give it 200%. And if it doesn't work out, I've learned something from it. I've learned a lesson from it. I've learned some new experience. I've learned some knowledge from it. There is no failure. There is none. There's no such word as failure. There's no such word of try. You attempt to do something or you don't. And then it becomes a learning process, because from here on, these are all good cards. Look at this. You're all in line. But then again, somebody's going to come up here and try to cause you some. You've got to be strong at this point. Whatever you're doing, be strong at this point, because somebody's going to be a naysayer and not either. And you may have to defriend them. You might have to say, hey, you know what? I can't really talk to you right now because you're not supporting me. And my dream is coming. My goal is coming. I'm really close to it. And you basically just a little bit of ways away, work a little bit more. But I'm going to tell you, whatever it is that you do in life, you're always going to have somebody that doesn't agree with you. Always. And that's what I teach in Get Balanced 2020, is how to accept somebody's perspective versus your perspective. And that's really important on how to do that, because then life becomes more calm. You get to keep on your journey. You get to keep straight focused on your journey, and everybody else can go do whatever they want to do, kind of thing, because this is your journey. All right, Capricorns. Wow, what a reading. They pulled a lot out of me on this one, and I think they wanted to keep going, but I think this is the gist of it, because we'll see what happens next week, because I have a feeling this is going to be a continuation, because this is probably in the beginning stages of. Thank you. It's in the beginning stages of whatever this is that you're desiring, dreaming. So even if it's like a trip, say you've never been overseas, and say that it is your desire and dream to do maybe Europe or something, and that does take preparation. That is a little fearful if you've never done it before, because you're spending all this money, and then you also, too, want to make sure that you have a good time, not a horrible time. And especially with COVID, it's like, where can I go? Where can I go? What can I do? What I can't do? Of course, we can't do anything right now, but for your future, or for, whatever is coming up, could be something simple as that, to plan that, make that dream happen. We should always have dreams and goals. Always. I know that I used to, as a young person, I had so many, but I accomplished every single one. And I didn't care what anybody said, a naysayer, or even a family member poo-pooing me, or like when I went bodybuilding and I was really heavy before. I was like 215 pounds before I started. And they're like, yeah, here she goes with another yo-yo diet. And you have these people sabotaging. The closest ones to you are the ones that's going to sabotage you the most. Put them to the back burner for a while. Put them to the back burner for a while. Because here's the thing. It's going to happen as long as you keep focused and moving forward, whatever that is. It could be a trip, having a child, getting married, having a new job, having a new school, a new career, whatever it is. Trust me, it's going to happen. You got to put in the work. You got to believe in yourself, and it's going to happen. So this is the start. Whatever it is, I just feel that this is a start. So I hope you had a good week. Please, please share, like, but most of all, please subscribe. That will help me grow my channel, help me be able to get and reach other people. And actually, I love what I'm doing, and it's a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm going to see you next week, because we do these weekly and live. So ask questions. Ask. Talk to you next week. Capricorn, take it easy. focus in on your dream and get some confidence in you. You got it in there. It's there. All right. We'll talk to you next week.